Harry and Meghan, we said, you know, they've been nominated for an award.
You won't believe it? Meghan Markle just walked into that Emmy party thinking everyone would love her. But the moment she stepped in the room, the tension was real. People were shocked. Whispers started and the drinks began flowing.
Nominated for the Emmys. So, I mean, I don't want to deride the Hollywood Critics Association Awards, but...
No, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's
brilliant,
talk about the
brilliant.
Hollywood.
It was not small or fancy, it was loud and real. Meghan messed up big time. Everyone at the party was shocked and even a little insulted. She clearly was not invited, and her showing up ruined the whole vibe of a night meant to celebrate real talent.
More prestigious than it is.
Right.
You know, if you look at this Hollywood Reporter article about some of the scandal that's gone on with the HCA Awards, they have literally...
People close to the organizers said she was never invited, she was not on the program or lineup, yet she walked in like she owned the place, all camera ready, thinking this was her time to shine, but the room made it clear it was not her moment, and as she moved further, more people turned their heads, not impressed, but worried.
Yeah.
Specifically, there is an example given about them deciding that they wanted the Hate You Give to win for Best Picture or something. So the
organizers were shocked, not sure how she got past security. HBO Max people were panicking. A producer called it a stunt we expect from her. And then as a speech for first time, Emmy winners started, the lights went down.
It's just been recently that they've had a third party tabulate the votes. There have been extreme questions about the HCA's lack of transparency as far as voting and tabulating. And it was in 2022, I believe, that they brought in
Then the screen started glitching. The highlight reel got interrupted with crazy hacked images and messages, some even taking shots at Meghan. Everyone was shocked, and the timing made it clear this was no accident, maybe a protest or a warning. Nobody knew, but everyone agreed it was serious.
Giving Kristen Stewart awards because he's obsessed with her and he likes for her to show up at the award show. So, this to me is the biggest PR stunt from the HCA, trying to legitimize themselves, because what they want is for Harry and Meghan to show up. What they want is for you and all of these people to be like...
The room was full of tension. People started backing away. Actors who once posed with her turned around. Meghan tried to stay calm, but you could see she was uncomfortable. She moved to the center where big Hollywood executives were, but no one talked. Conversation stopped. Some actors walked off mid-sentence and others would not even look at her.
That this thing exists. I just think that they've got the benefit of the doubt of having a big fancy name and hoping that nobody looks into their background, where so many people have resigned because they did not like the way it was being handled. But he also admits to calling up the publicist and saying, hey,
Meghan was not being welcomed. She was being iced out in front of everyone. A big network showrunner even walked right past her, looking straight ahead, not acknowledging her. One insider said it was not a snub, it was a statement. This was not her event, and everyone felt like she was just trying to steal attention. What makes this so bad is not just the embarrassment, but how often it happens. Meghan keeps showing up where she is not expected, putting herself in cultural spaces without really contributing. This was an Emmy nominee party, not a tabloid moment. These were the best people in TV, not an audience for her royal publicity, and yet the spotlight she tried to grab just showed how out of touch her ambitions are with reality.
Most publicity they'd ever had in their life if Harry and Meghan picked up and showed up. And they actually might, because who else is going to give this crock a trophy?
I mean, the point. So let's move on to a proper awards ceremony, the Emmys.
After the screen hacking, security got tighter, and staff told Meghan to stay away from the VIP area. She moved to a side lounge mostly alone. No one came for photos or talked to her. The special aura she once had was gone, and all that was left was awkwardness. Social media blew up quickly with clips showing her walk through the room, met with whispers and laughs.
Potentially win an Emmy, went haywire a few months ago. I just cringed because I thought, certainly not. Certainly somebody's going to say this is completely one-sided. There's a lack of transparency, and it's littered with contradictions based on some of their own.
People were like, why is she even here? This is for real talent. Hashtags like Uninvited Royal and Megate started trending. The damage went viral fast. Even fans who once felt sorry for her in royal life began questioning her. Hollywood moves. Was it a real mistake or another stunt to grab headlines? If the goal was to show she's still relevant, it totally backfired.
Royal racist in this 6 hours of Netflix. So, to me, I just thought there's certainly no way that this is going to get an Emmy nomination. Here we are now hearing that they are allegedly devastated over the snub. You have to give credit where credit is due. It was one of the most streamed.
Meghan did not leave the HBO Max party as a star. She left as a warning, insiders say her appearance messed up negotiations. One agent said a big studio deal went cold within 2 days. Nobody wants drama at their premiere, and Meghan only brings that. Critics were harsh and clear. One media analyst said she is seen less as a creator now and more as a disruptor. Not the exciting kind, but the annoying, unwanted kind.
Compelling, because there they were doing what they do best, pouring an enormous bucket over the royal family, over King Charles, and indeed the entire British nation, who they basically accused of being the beneficiaries of slavery. My family come from Ireland. I don't think we've ever benefited from slavery.
She does not change the game. She just messes it up back in Montecito. Sources say Meghan was really shaken by how people reacted. She expected some attention, but not full rejection. Being humiliated in a room full of powerful people is hard to fix. For someone trying to be a Hollywood big shot, this was a complete nightmare. It showed without saying a word that access can be denied. The room that once welcomed her now looked at her with doubt. Even HBO Max, known for handling PR carefully, stayed completely quiet, focusing only on the success of the nominees. Their silence was clearly on purpose, and it sent a strong message that Meghan's surprise appearance was not appreciated and left her reputation more fragile than ever.
It was compelling, but I don't think it was all that good, so well done to the Emmys for dishing them a well-deserved snub. Let's move on, because I want to talk about your president again, I'm afraid, Kenzie. This is so weird. And
it was loud and impossible to ignore. Some celebrities tried to stay neutral, but not a single person rushed to Meghan's defense. No tweets, no Instagram posts, no signs of support, nothing at all. That silence spoke louder than anyone could say. In Hollywood, relationships are everything. And right now, Meghan's social currency is almost completely gone. By the end of the night, long after most nominees had left, she was quietly escorted out through a side exit with no photographers. No send-off, no entourage, just a quiet disappearance that mirrored her entrance, but without the fake confidence. It was the kind of ending no celebrity ever wants, showing clearly. Not only was she not wanted, but her presence had made everyone uncomfortable and left a lasting awkward mark that would be remembered in gossip circles and industry whispers for a long time, making it painfully obvious that her attempts to stay relevant had completely backfired and left her standing alone in a room full of people who once might have welcomed her.
Well, I just imagine that if people had made such a big deal out of an activity or something that I'd physically done in the past, like sniffing people, if that had become a joke that, I even think SNL has acknowledged, that Saturday Night Live, our comedy show here, I don't know.
But your presence completely disrupted everything that really mattered. This was not just a failed appearance. It was a loud and undeniable public message straight from the heart of Hollywood, and the meaning was crystal clear. Enough is enough. You do not get to force relevance. You do not get to replace real artistry with PR tactics. Meghan Markle entered a room full of winners and walked out more isolated than ever. Within 24 hours, the PR fallout took hold. Agents, managers, and showrunners were scrambling, asking how she managed to get into an invite-only space without a single official connection to any nominated production. Her recent media activity was limited to shelved brand collaborations and an early-stage Netflix project. There was no campaign, no nomination, no role, no contribution to the Emmy conversation, yet there she was trying to commandeer the spotlight that belonged to others, making it painfully obvious that her attempts to stay relevant had completely backfired and left her standing alone in a room full of the people who really mattered, while the rest of Hollywood watched and whispered about her audacious misstep.
Okay, Joe, we've been thinking about the presidential campaign and the baby biting thing, we don't like it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Get rid of it, yeah?
Can we stop sniffing anybody, all the people. I just don't.
Insiders at the event later confirmed what many had already suspected. Meghan's team had completely ignored proper protocols. She was not on the official event roster, her name was missing from the PR guest list, and HBO Max executives were never informed she intended to attend. In fact, one producer's assistant revealed that her name had even been removed from prior awards season events because of overreaching behavior and concerns about overexposure. This was not the first time she made a surprise entrance, but it was the first time she could not control the reaction of the crowd. That spontaneous backlash shook more than just Meghan, it shook her entire brand. Over the next 48 hours, marketing insiders reported that some sponsors, who had once shown interest in future lifestyle ventures, quietly pulled back. Some asked to pause conversations, and others more bluntly just exited the discussions, completely making it clear that her surprise appearance had real consequences, and left her struggling to maintain credibility in Hollywood. In a world where image is everything, no brand wanted to be linked to Meghan. That night was not aspirational, it was business, and her value was measured by potential damage control. The tech glitches and hacked messages only made it worse, showing real frustration in the industry and revealing an undercurrent of hostility.